This video was brought to you by ABRP Planner, Kempower, Markus Bil, Stormberg and Bilkomponenter. Yo, what's up? I am now sitting in Millennium Falcon Tesla Model S, 10 years old. But today I'm going to talk about Tesla Model S and Model X. Tesla just announced that they are now offering a standard range for now in US, but it will probably come to other markets also. So if you look at the website now, okay, I think it's set to US. If you go to vehicles and Model S, you will see that, okay, we had something called Plaid earlier, and then we had, well, I think they now differentiate between the names, but it should be called long range like they used to be called. But for example, my Model S here is called P85. Well, but you see, yeah, this is kind of a little bit confusing. It just says Model S. This one used to be called long range because this is Plaid, or it used to be like the one before Plaid was called performance. They also have ludicrous, you know, there's lots of variants in the past. I should actually make a video and explain what all these models are, because there's a whole bunch of different Model S, rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, dual motors, you know, performance. What is the difference between performance and ludicrous? What about Raven? What the heck is that? And these are Palladium, by the way. But okay, that will be a topic in another video if you guys are interested. But yeah, this one, to make it less confusing, we will call it long range, because that's what it is, or has been for a long time. They now introduce standard range, which costs $10,000 less. And if you alternate between these two, yeah, you have less range. And I calculated that the standard range has about 80% the range of the long range, and that will work out to so the long range, I measured 92 kilowatt hour net capacity from 100% down to 0%, not counting the zero buffer, which means that this one has roughly 72 kilowatt hour net capacity. And also range numbers, we'll also come back to that. And as you can see, 0 to 7, 0 to 100, this is 0 to 60 miles per hour, which is not 0 to 100. It's 0 to 96 kilometers per hour. But you see, it's also slower, yeah. And maybe we can go back and see, we can take a look at Model X also. If we go here and then go for Model X. Like I saw some people comment, like, what is the point of buying Model S when you can get a Model 3 for similar price? Well, it boils down to comfort and features and space. So I will also come back to that. Here, same here. Okay, you get reduced range. I haven't done a calculation for Model X, but I would assume that the difference is also roughly the same, that you get roughly 80% range and then slightly less power or less speed than the other one. Right? So yeah, I mean, why would you buy Model X standard range versus a Model Y, right? Wait, why is my scrolling not working? Shit, man. Well, towing capacity. Oh, it's in freaking, man. Imperial. They use Imperial over here. But okay, it can pull in Europe, in more developed countries, it can pull 2,250 kilograms. And then Model S can pull 1,600 kilograms, whereas Model 3 can only pull 1,000 kilograms. And then Model Y, which is like the little brother of this one, can pull only 1,600 kilograms. So towing capacity is better. The comfort is also better. The suspension, the ride, the noise is better. More space. In general, you know, you buy these cars, these are the flagships. So when you buy these instead of the poor man's Tesla, you know, Model Y and Model 3, you get a better car overall, you know. You see here, I've tested everything, left and right, up and down. Model X 5-seater, which is the one we should compare against Model Y, because as of now, they don't have a 7-seat Model Y yet. But you see, it can take whooping 28 banana boxes. This is really on top here, along with some of the big Chinese. And Model Y is 26. So in that regard, yes, Model Y is actually remarkably spacious. If you want lots of space, big bang for the bucks, even the Model Y doesn't go wrong. But if you want even more space, Model X is even better. And then when it comes to Model S is a little bit down here. Not that great, but where the heck is the Plaid? Here, Plaid. 23 boxes. Only because it's a sedan, but you see that it's even beaten by EQS, but EQS is longer than Model S. But yeah, so 23 boxes. And then some people are wondering, oh, but why don't you just buy a Model 3? Well, you want to know how little space Model 3 has? Further down, baby, further down. Wait, wait, what? Where is it? Oh, no, I skipped it, yeah. So you see, Model 3 can only take 17 boxes because it doesn't have that big hatch opening. So yeah, in terms of space, the flagships, Model S and X, they have more space. When it comes to acceleration, that's a different story. Plaid, yeah, true. Performance is still outperforming the standard range. You see that the Model 3 performance will do it in 3.44. And then I expect that the 0 to 100 time for the standard range will be roughly 3.9 seconds. But let's compare against other cars. ET7 is blistering fast. That's a Chinese car, but also like a big sedan, right? That one is actually faster than Tesla, but at least Tesla will be matching Taycan 4S or the Fat Taycan or something, or e-tron GT even, right? So it's actually a bargain, the Tesla. It will be still fast. It will be roughly 4 seconds, maybe a little bit faster than 0 to 100 in 4 seconds, which is considered quite fast. You see there is some EQE AMG, but this is this summer tire? I don't remember. Yeah, I wonder if this is even summer tire. So the Tesla, at least the Model S, I don't know too much about X, but the X should also be pretty quick. Don't remember the numbers. It should be a little bit over 4 seconds. And if you look here, what kind of SUVs, big fat cars do we have? Well, the iX X-Drive 50. The X-Drive 60 that I haven't tried should be then close to the Model X standard, the poor man's Model X, right? Standard range. So ES8. So basically what I'm saying is that performance-wise, the Model S and X standard range, they are really outstanding. In terms of price versus performance, Tesla kicks ass for the Lord. When it comes to noise also, if you care about that one, fortunately, what is cool about the Model S and X or the Palladium is that they have active noise cancelling. And you see here, Plaid, I tested it. It's really high up here. You see here, it's on the top. You scroll to the top, and then Plaid is here. And then like right on par with, for example, NIO, Skoda, and the German cars, yeah. And then where is the poor man's Tesla? Here, Model Y rear-wheel drive is further down there. And then Model 3 should be even further down. But in general, the SUVs, I'm not 100% sure, but it seems like when you have more suspension travel on a taller car, like crossover SUV, you will get slightly better noise levels, which means that once I'm able to test Model X Palladium, or the Plaid Model X, it should be even better than the Model S Plaid. The noise level should be up here somewhere, right? Maybe half decibel, 1 decibel better even. So that's what you get if you pay the price to get the premium Tesla. You get the better car, pretty much better everything, right? And then when it comes to range, I also tested Plaid and the Palladium. And let me just see here. I have it somewhere. Here is Palladium. I tested it in summer. So you know, I said that, yeah, 92 kilowatt hours. So you get roughly 72 kilowatt hour net capacity. But here, 618 kilometers on the 90 test with the poor man's Tesla, you will then get roughly 500 kilometer. And 500 kilometer is actually not that bad for the price. Think about the price versus performance versus space, then 500 kilometers is still damn good. And consider that it charges quite fast, 250 kilowatt. You see that, you see here, this is an indication of how fast, what the heck is this? Hydrogen, shit. How fast they charge. So slow charging cars, they need over 40 minutes. Faster charging cars, they need less than half an hour, and really fast cars like the EV6 GT, less than 20 minutes, you see. So it's still fast, but this is half of the story, because that's charging to 75%. And like you guys have seen in 1000 kilometer challenge, if you really rush it, or if you don't want to wait too long, you can actually charge to only around 50-60%. And that's where Tesla shines. So yeah, so in terms of range, yeah, and then I should also show you another thing, is Sunday driving. So we also have the Palladium here. This is a long range, and when you drive, this is a more common case in Norway, where the speed limits are low, and we have nice summers. And then I calculated that if you did this with standard range, instead, you will get roughly 550 kilometers. So this is just for potential Norwegian buyers or some other places, maybe in Thailand. Nah, not relevant. But you will actually get decent charging speeds. And then when it comes to 1,000 kilometer challenge, oh wait, sorry, not charging speed, decent range. Yeah, decent range. What I'm saying. For 1,000 kilometer challenge, the time might actually be identical. Yeah, that's the craziest thing. When you, if you go for the poor man's Tesla, poor man's Model S, you might actually get the exact same time. And the reason for it is because, according to an article in Electri, some people, they claim that the weight on the long range and the standard range is exactly the same. We don't know if that is correct or not, but it sounds plausible that Tesla, they use the exact same battery pack, but they just software lock 20% of the top capacity, I'm hoping. Yeah, most likely it's top, like we've seen before, in other software-limited Teslas. And why do they do that? Well, because they want to simplify production. They don't want to make two different hardware variants. Not only will the battery pack be different, but lots of other stuff might also have to be slightly different. So it's way cheaper for them to just software lock it. And then what they can do is that they can then offer upgrade. Maybe you can get a battery capacity upgrade for $10,000, right? Which is the same difference as the, yeah. And then maybe they can offer a speed upgrade for $5,000. Then suddenly they're charging more than if you would buy the long range in the first place, right? That's Elon in a nutshell. No, but most likely, it is likely, it is plausible that that's how they did it. And if that is true, then I can show you guys something here. So this is the charging session of the long range Palladium. And you will see that it will hit 250 kilowatts. Okay, that's fine. But if we assume that this is software limited, you will have to look at the state of charge here. So I'm just going to skip a little bit through here. 50% on this big battery. No, sorry. 50% on the standard range battery is only 40% here. Yeah. So if I skip over here, yeah, here. Look at this. So this is actually 50% on the standard range. It will be pumping in 188 kilowatt at 50%. Huh? That is crazy, man. And then if you skip forward, 90% on the small battery is around 70 something percent, 72% I think it was, 72% here. So you see that at 72%, skip a little bit, yeah, here roughly here, at 72 or at 90, so-called 90%, it will be getting 85 kilowatts. So it charges really fast, supercharges really fast to 90%. And then what about 100%? Oh yeah, 100% is 80% here. Okay, let's see then. If you need to charge 100%, how fast does it go? There, yeah, you get 65, 66 kilowatt all the way, boom, until it stops. Suddenly, huh? e-tron, go home. So, and then why did I mention this? Okay, we'll skip back a little bit. During 1,000 kilometer challenge with the full, the long range, I usually charge to only, it was crazy, man. I would charge to only 40-50%, which was plenty of range. You can see there should be a range number here somewhere. No, okay, no, I didn't include it in down there. But you know, Tesla, they are super efficient, and if you only charge to around 50%, you still have plenty of range, even 60%. And that's my whole thing, is that if you do 1,000 kilometer challenge with the standard range, it would be more or less the same. But this is assuming that the battery pack is software limited, which is plausible. I would say it's around 75% chance that it is like this. But we have to see, once Tesla starts selling this and people take delivery, the best way is to test this, hook on some cars, ScanMyTesla, and then look at the voltages. The voltages should be over 400. It should be 410 to 430 volt. That is an indication that it is software limited. If it's less voltage than the big battery pack, that is typically indication that they have removed some modules, which typically reduces the voltage. But okay, another thing you will also see immediately when you hook up ScanMyTesla is that you will see nominal full pack and whatever. You can see the percentage, and if there's some software limit, there will be something that doesn't make sense, right? The car claims whatever capacity, or even just like we saw in that taxi that had massive degradation, is that if you would charge the standard range to 100%, it might say 100% in the display, but then ScanMyTesla might claim it's only 80%. So, but we have to see. Some smart people in the US can probably find out about this, because I can't get one right now. If I was a rich bastard, I would have a house in US and I would just fly over there. I would then have ordered a Tesla beforehand. I would order it right when I saw it, right? And then I would fly over there and I will have some address over there maybe, and then we can test it there. But we're not there yet. I'm not sure if I will ever be there one day. I just need more money, and I'm limited. My limitation is the money. That's just how it is. But yeah, so I'm actually quite excited about this. So you know, I made this video because I was like, finally, because Tesla, they have removed the smaller batteries, like the 75 packs. Those 75 packs, you know, the 75D for Tesla Model S and X, they actually sold a lot of those. They were quite popular because you then get the space, the comfort, but just slightly smaller battery. And because Teslas are very efficient, and they at least charge fast at the bottom, and they have plenty of supercharger network sites, then people who had 75 packs, they didn't complain. They felt like they had decent range. Fun fact, roughly 75, like Model X 75D has roughly the same range as Fat e-tron 55, you know. But in comparison, people with e-tron 50, this is no joke, man, I'm not just making up this. People with e-tron 50, they have so short range that they are actually unhappy with the range. And one prime example is one of my friends. There was a lady I borrowed a Model 3 from. I don't remember what her name was. Sorry, I forgot your name. This is embarrassing, but maybe I also want to keep her anonymous. But she had a Model 3, and then she sold it and she bought a Fat e-tron, and then after a while she went back to Tesla, but then Model Y. And when I asked her, why did you sell the Fat e-tron, you know, it's Audi, it's comfort, she said it was mainly range and charging network that annoyed her, and then she went back to Tesla. So, and that is one case, right? So why am I saying this? Because my claim is that this Model S X standard range is probably a good buy. Yeah. And when you have to look at your case, look at what you need. Do you need a large car? Do you want the comfort? Because the comfort in the S and X, or at least in the S I tried, it's way better than this old car. 10 years apart, you know. If you tried a Tesla long time ago and you're like, it feels like a toy car, doesn't feel premium, try the new ones. Try Palladium. They are really good. Which means that they are actually worthy competitors versus the Germans or even the Chinese. Yeah. So just figure it out. At least for me, when I look at it, you know, you guys remember, I wanted to buy a Plaid Model S, right? And then I was like a little bit debating, and I downgraded it to a long-range Model S, the Palladium. But then I was building the house, so I had to cancel it. But in the future, if I need a family car and I want something newer than the Falcon, I would really consider a Model S standard range, because I don't need all the range, or yeah. But on the other hand, I also like the Plaid. Yeah, that's true, because I'm a speed demon. But what I'm saying is that I even consider buying that Model S standard range, because it will work great as a family car, and it has a space, it has the comfort, it has the 250 kilowatt charging speed, and yeah. But okay, and the towing, yeah, also the towing capacity, that you can actually pull 1,600 kilogram, which is, yeah, more than 1,000. So suddenly you can pull a slightly bigger Caravan, for example, that you can't do with a Model S, with a Model 3. Yeah, but okay, anyway, I think I talked enough now. So I think that's going to be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.